Welcome back to another one of my videos. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Lotta, and today we're going to be making a chocolate hazelnut babka. Now for the yeast dough, you're going to need 250 milliliters of heavy cream that is lukewarm. Alternatively, you can also use 250 milliliters of milk and then add 100 grams of softened butter. That'll basically give you the same thing. You're also going to need 8 grams of active dry yeast, 1 pinch of salt, 50 grams of sugar, 1 whole egg, and 500 grams of flour. Now we're going to start by activating our yeast. So to do that, I'm going to add a part of my sugar, about like that, and a part of my cream. Give that one quick mix. We're going to set this aside for about 10 minutes to bloom. In the meantime, we can add the rest of our ingredients into our big mixing bowl. Our yeast is looking kind of bubbly and gross, so at this point we can simply add it to our bowl. We're going to knead this for 5 to 8 minutes or until we have a nice smooth dough. I'm quickly going to knead this together once with my hands to make sure I have a nice smooth dough ball. We're going to cover this with either some plastic wrap or a kitchen towel, and we're going to let this rise for 1 to 2 hours or until it's doubled in size. While our dough is rising, we can also go ahead and make our chocolate filling. So for that, you're going to need 100 grams of dark chocolate chips, 100 grams of butter, 25 grams of cocoa powder with a good pinch of salt, 1 splash of vanilla extract, and 50 grams of chopped hazelnuts. Now, alternatively, you could totally skip this step and just use Nutella as your filling, or any type of jam, or you can make like a cinnamon bun filling. It's totally up to you, but we're gonna go ahead and make this chocolate filling. Now, all I'm going to do is heat my chocolate chips and my butter over a water bath until they're completely melted before whisking in the rest of my ingredients. Now, you wanna make sure that for a water bath, your water isn't boiling, and the bottom of your pot doesn't touch the water. You just want the steam to heat and melt your chocolate and your butter. Now I decided to not fold in my hazelnuts because we're going to spread this onto our yeast dough, and if there's kind of chunks of hazelnuts in it, it'll be a lot harder to get a nice smooth spread. So I'm just going to sprinkle it on after. Now this can just cool off, and as it cools it's going to thicken up as the butter gets solid again, which is exactly what you want, since this isn't very spreadable and it would just run right out of our dough. It's been about an hour and a half and our dough has doubled in size. Now at this point we can simply roll it out to a nice big square. Now that we have our nice big dough rectangle, we are going to need our chocolate filling, which has thickened up quite a bit at this point. And we're going to evenly spread this all over our dough. But you do want to keep about 1 inch just on the side, and that's just going to help us close everything up and have the chocolate filling not flow out everywhere. Now, as evenly as you can sprinkle on your ground hazelnuts. Now we're going to treat this like we would cinnamon buns. So we're simply going to tightly roll up our dough until we get to our edge over here. And we can use this edge to kind of crimp it together to make sure we have one nice smooth roll that's not going to open up on us. Now to get that really beautiful typical babka design, we're going to cut our roll all the way down once, and then we're going to simply fold them over each other kind of like a rope. As carefully as I could, I laid it into a floured loaf tin, and this is going to rise for another 45 to 60 minutes. And there's our chocolate babka. So that's going to be everything for today's video. If you enjoyed the video, you can give it a thumbs up or write me a comment down below. And as always, the whole recipe is going to be in the description box as well.